Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all Yawakim out there pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And just want to go into, another lesson. You see, and, Lord willing to be edifying. And also, comforting too, motivating. Motivating because, every now and then all of us need that, that extra boost in the spirit, so to say. But, what I want to speak on this lesson is going into the reward. You see, and that determination to actually achieve it. You see, and just think about what we're going to receive, man, what Yahweh Shai promised us. You see, and it seems simple, but what it truly mean, man, to get a crown set on your head, literally set on your head by the only begotten Son, the only being or spirit that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, the only thing he created, man. The King of Kings and Lord of Lords himself. Imagine that. Imagine what type of moment that's going to be like, man. You see? And not even to mention the mansions, as the scriptures say, he building for us. The new bodies he going to give us. The perfection he going to put us in, man. All that, which is the reward. You see, laws being put unto us, the women, the slaves, everything. That reward should give us the determination to finish. He even gave us the example himself, which we're going to get there. Let's get that in the Hebrews 12. You see? But look, even, Abraham, matter of fact, since we're in Hebrews, I'm going to get Abraham real quick on how, although, he didn't even see the promises, he believed in them so much, right? And that reward that he was going to receive allowed him to, look, just keep pushing. Just keep pushing, But then we'll get Yahweh Shai. But this is Hebrews 11. And I'll start at 8. It says, Hebrews 11:8, by faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out not knowing whether he went. So look, that's the true example of walking by faith and not by sight, man. Lord willing, that's the next lesson. Abraham, he showed that. He walked by faith and not by sight. He didn't know where he was going, but he went. Because why? He was promised that inheritance. He wanted it. You see? So it says, and by faith he sojourned in the land of promise, there it is, of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. And look, check that out. The promise that they was told they was going to receive, we about to receive it here in our times, being the descendants, man. Being those same descendants, bloodline descendants from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see? Once Yahweh Shai come, that promise is going to be fulfilled. And it says, right? Dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which have foundations, whose builder and maker is the Most High. And that's the kingdom of heaven being set up. They look for that, man. Just like the disciples in Acts 1:6, when they was talking to Yahweh Shai. They said, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Well, look, Abraham, he was looking for that same kingdom. What Yahweh Shai said, and you shall, right? Let's get that real quick. Hold on, let's get that. Let me get it real quick. All right, this is Man, hold on. When Yahweh Shai said Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Let's see if it pull up. All right, Matthew 8:11. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. He says, "And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven." Hey, come on, man. Which also proves reincarnation, man. You see, hey, Abraham go receive that promise and that kingdom that he believed on and was first promised thousands of years ago. He go receive it, man. You know? Because, hey, Abraham, a little side note, he was also a prophet as well. As the scriptures say, he was a prophet. But let's continue, though. So it says back in Hebrews 11, it says, verse 10, "For he looked for a city which have foundations." It says, "Whose builder and maker is the Most High." And it says, "And through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised." She believed in the Most High who promised that promise, that inheritance through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. She believed in it too. And it says, "And therefore spring there even one in him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore, innumerable." Check this out. "These all died in faith, not having received the promise, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them." They was determined. So Abraham was willing to leave his family, leave his land that he, the Ur of the Chaldees that he came up in, to go in somewhere he didn't even know. Think about, look, they had gas stations, Well, of course, they had inns and shit. It wasn't just a desert, but still, he was out there. All his cattle. Remember, Abraham he had it. Wife. You see? But he said, look, I'm going to trust in the Lord. He told me this was going to happen. I'm going to go through what I got to go through. He was tested to sacrifice his firstborn. He was willing to do it because, in his Hebrews, it says he believed the Most High was going to bring him back. Why? Because he did promise that through this son Isaac, his seed was going to be innumerable. His seed was going to continue. So if the Most High would have took him away, Abraham understood eventually he going to have to come back and fulfill this promise somehow. Come on, man. Let's continue. It says, verse 13, "These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them." That's determined. Let's go into that definition of determined real quick. Persuaded is being determined. You know for sure what you want the outcome to be, and you're going to strive for it. Man, the brother Shaw in Dallas did a lesson on that a couple weeks ago. Going into the confidence in our Lord, the expectation. Like it's saying Jeremiah 29 and verse 11, I believe. The Most High said, let's get it. Let's get it. I'm getting excited. So Salak, if I'm talking a little too fast, Jeremiah 29 and 11. It says, "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord. Thoughts of peace and not of evil." Right. When a destruction come, thoughts of we gonna be saved, not thoughts of the missiles about to hit us. When a famine come, thoughts of the Lord gonna feed us might be by ravens. Might have an angel bring a brother to bring you some food, as it said in the scriptures. Not thoughts of I gotta eat my child. Right? I'm about to die and perish and pine away. No, man, thoughts of peace and not of evil. And check this out. It says to give you an expected end, a for sure end. In other words, this is what I work for. And the Lord said, if I do this work, at the end, he going to save me. He said through the 6 and that 7 trouble. He said the servant's going to eat. Well, look, I'm going to trust in that. Because the Lord is not a man that he should lie, man. That he should not, roughly paraphrasing, that the Most High don't lie. You see? But let's go back to this, though. In the Hebrews 11, it says in 13, "These all died in faith, not having..." Oh, no, I was getting that definition of determination, Salaki. So this that definition of determination And I'm going to go to the Merriam-Webster. It says the act of deciding definitely and firmly. It says firm or fixed intention to achieve a desired end. Let's read that again. It says firm or fixed intention to achieve a desired end. And what we firm and fixed in doing, we have to be fully persuaded that this is the truth. That what we speaking and preaching, that this is it. It match up with history. So the prophecies and things that come gotta be for sure. And what's that desired end? When these things come to pass, we're gonna be saved from all that though. That's that desired end. To look down and watch these people burn in America. You see, with Yahweh Shine elect and cherished to be in that second Esdras too. You know, amongst those who Yahweh Shai go crown. That's that desired end, man. To sit on thrones with the Lord. To sit at that table and sip the yayan with the Lord. Hey, after 2,000 some years, that's that desired end, man. So that's determination. And look, going back to Hebrews 11 and 13, it says, these all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them and embraced them, desired in, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country, right? And it says, and truly if they had, and look, I ain't even planning on going into all this with, Abraham and them, but it's all through the Spirit. I plan on start with the Hebrews 12. But it's all linking up through the Spirit, So it says, and truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have opportunity to have returned. Woo! So they could have went back. They could have been like Lot wife and looked back. Man, it says from whence they came out, that country, right? They might have had opportunity to have returned. So they could have went back to the early Chaldees. Could have went back to the old man. Right? It says, but now they desired a better country, but they really wanted that promise to be fulfilled. They wanted the kingdom. Right? Come on, man. It says that is, let's read that from the top. But now they desire a better country that is a heavenly. Wherefore, the Most High is not ashamed to be called their powerful. He hath prepared for them a city, man. And here it is. We might as well read it since we mentioned it earlier. And by faith, Abraham, when he was tried, and this going into that what? Going into the reward should give us the determination to finish. It says, by faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises, which is Isaac, right? Offered up his son, his only begotten son, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Check this out. Accounting that the Most High was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received them in a figure, man. So Abraham firmly believed in those promises. That's how he was willing to go through what he had to go through. And the same thing as Yahweh Shai. Hebrews 12, and I'm going to start at 2. It says, looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, right? So for the joy that was set before Yahweh Shai, and what's the joy that was set before Yahweh Shai? Him ruling his kingdom, right? You see? Him, finally seeing his brothers after all these years. Him finally being known as the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. On earth, not just in the heavens, but on earth. That's the joy that's set before him. What he died for, right? He worked for that. He earned it. So going back to it, it says, looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. So for the joy that was set before Yahweh Shai, which is everything that he received, he was able to get through being crucified. He was able to get through being humiliated, spit on, punched, being told by people he created, literally, People, he created, he's their maker. They was spitting on their maker, man. Punching their maker, talking about prophesying to us who hit you. Guess what? He knew exactly who hit him. Although he was blindfolded, look, he knew exactly who hit him. But he was able to get through all that, being the creator, man. Because look, he understood he had to suffer, but the glory was going to follow. The same thing. We understand we got to suffer, but the glory going to follow. The suffering not forever. The stone got to eventually hit the feet and the toes. That prophecy got to eventually be fulfilled, man. And we in the feet and the toes. So what's that telling you? We about to get what Abraham was looking for. We about to get what the prophets was looking for. Like it said in 1 Peter 1, right? The prophets that they searched the time Yahweh was going to come to salvation. You see? And it says, and they prophesied of the salvation which shall come unto us that they was looking for. This the time, man. You know? So although the hell don't feel good, just remember there's a reward at the end of it. You know? Even when you put gold and fire to purify it, that gold be hot. It be hot. And I'm sure if it had feelings and emotion, it wouldn't feel good being up in there. But look, it's eventually got to be taken out, that fire. And when it come out, it's perfect. Perfect, man. The same thing. We going through the trials and tribulation. We've been refined. But once Yahweh bring us through the fire, it's literally, literally. You see, like I said, we're going to praise the Lord through the fire. When he bring us through the fire, literally, being scarcely saved, we're going to be perfect, man, in them new bodies. Come on, man. So it says, Hebrews 12:2, looking unto Yahweh, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. Now look at him. Like Chris Brown say, look at me now. You know? Look at Yahweh now, man. Because what he went through, now look what he received from that. You know? And it's about to be manifested on earth too. On what that on what he received really is, what that really mean, man. You know? But I wound it down. You know, Apostle Paul pretty much said the same thing too in Timothy, though. He said he fought a good fight. Look, I fought a good fight. Let's get that real quick. Let me get in my scriptures instead of on the phone. Right? This is I believe it's 2 Timothy. Yeah, 2 Timothy 4. And I'm gonna start at 5. It says, let me see how long I've been going. All right, 17. All right, I'll keep going. It says 2 Timothy 4:5. It says, but watch thou in all things, endure affliction. That is, endure affliction. Do the work of an evangelist. Make full proof of thy ministry. In other words, have all the boxes checked. All the boxes checked. Be that Chase version ready for Yahweh Shai. It says, and watch what he say, for I am now ready to be offered. He was ready to be put to death. Why? Because he knew, look, I did what I had to do. I put in that work. In other words, like Apostle Peter said, he made his calling and election show. He knew he laid it all on the line. It was no regrets, you know. It says, for I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. And because he did that, that's really one of the words in the title. The reward should give us the determination to finish. You see? Because the next verse on what we read, what he going to receive, that's why he was determined to fight the good fight of faith. To finish the course. Let's read it again. I have fought a good fight. I have finished. Right? I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. And henceforth, so now him fighting that good fight and finishing, it says, henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto them also that love his appearing. Man, come on. He didn't doubt that he earned this crown. Like the scripture saying in Romans, I believe, that you shall have glory in himself and not another, he didn't doubt that he earned the crown. You see? Just like Job. Job didn't doubt. Job said, I know I'm going to see my Redeemer. He didn't doubt and said, I hope. No, he said, I know I'm going to see my Redeemer, man. You go in Thessalonians, it says, those who Yahweh Shah going to destroy, who don't obey the gospel that is coming. But it also says, but you're going to have those who going to be admired at the Lord that is coming, ready for Yahweh Shah. Glad he finally here. That's the elect, man. You see? Why? Because that's going to be the day the reward going to come. Let me get this real quick in 2nd Esdras real quick. Through the Spirit, 2nd Esdras 7. Because look, hey, the day of destruction going to be the best day of our lives, man. This 2nd Esdras 7. And I'm going to start at, and so like if I'm a little all over the place, you know. But 2nd Esdras 7, here it is in 43. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to start at 42. It says, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide. And that is. So what we going through, it's not the end. It's not the end. We got a whole nother life to live. We got a whole nother body to enjoy forever, man. You see? So this is not the end. Esau, you know, ain't set the rule forever. Remember the scriptures say he got a boundaries he can't pass. And it also says he know that they got a short time. So this is not the end. Glory don't abide here. New bodies don't abide here. Perfection don't abide here. Right? But it says, therefore, have they prayed for the weak? But the day of doom, which is the day Babylon the Great get destroyed, Esau get taken down. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, which is Esau's the end of the world. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. And so that same day, it says, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's something to fight for. That's something to fight for, you know? Man, you know? But let's get this in 2 Corinthians, though. I'm really excited, you know? But look, what we gonna receive that should make us excited, like Elder Yashawama be saying. Right? Take every win you can. When you see a license plate 1448, call all Yahweh Shem Shai. That's faith booster right there. You know? But let me get this in Corinthians. This 2 Corinthians 4, and I'm gonna start at 7. I'm gonna start at 16. It says, for which cause we faint not, right? Don't get tired. Right? Like the scripture said, when thou art changed to a lower state, be patient. It says, for which cause we faint not. But though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more and exceeding an eternal weight of glory, man. So it says what we going through now don't even compare to what we gonna receive. It don't compare. Because look, the scriptures already say one day to the Most High is as 1,000 years. Well, when we get them new bodies, we gonna be the same way. One day is as 1,000 years. So all the shit we going through now, however old brothers is, we ain't ever gonna live to 1,000 years in this world. Guess what? So everything we ever been through in these lives don't even equal up to one day in the kingdom. Come on, man. All the shit, man, look. Come on, man. That speaks for itself, self-explanatory. Let's continue on. It says, for our light affliction. And why is it light? Because when you think about the things we have to go through, the hell we got to catch, and compare that to what we really going to receive. For example, you know, brothers catch flat tires on the road before work. Now you like, fuck. Now, of course, it don't feel good in the flesh. But when you think about it as, if I got to catch this flat tire, right? If I got to have these infirmities in the flesh, if I got to lose this job, if I got to financially go through hell, to be saved at the the day of destruction, to receive the kingdom, to receive shit, to be, man, all these heathens, slaves. Come on, man, perfect bodies. Man, I catch that flat tire every day to receive that, man. You see? That's why it's a light affliction compared to the reward. So it says, for our light affliction, sign me up. Sign me up. I'll do it. Like King David said with Goliath, I'll do it. Hey, look, and that proves even that King David story, man, that was through the Spirit, that proves that you should be willing to fight for the reward. You see? Because look what King David said. He said, when there was like all the, King Saul and all the other Israelites, they were scared to fight Goliath. And they was like, man, whoever fight Goliath gonna be giving him so on and so forth. The king gonna bless him. And King David said, what's gonna happen to the man that killed Goliath? And that's when he said, well, shit, I do it. Because he wanted that reward. Should I do it? Sign me up. Jacob. Jacob, which, through this, he who have ears, right? But Jacob, he said the same thing when he was fighting the angel. Even with his hip, all his hip out of joint. And it came down, Jacob wasn't going to stop. The angel had to say stop. And Jacob said, what? What was his reply? He said, look, I ain't going to stop until you bless me. In other words, I'm going to keep fighting until I get this blessing. He was determined, man. You see? He was determined. But let's finish this in 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 4:17, it says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us. Jacob, his thigh was popped out but for a moment. But look, now he got to look, everlasting kingdom coming to him and his descendants, man. And it says, and worketh for us a far more and exceeding an eternal weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal, man. Let me get that Romans 8. And I'll wind it down. This is Romans 8 and 18. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. And that's self-explanatory. That's just like, I'm going to end it off with this. That's just like Esdras. He was asking the Most High all them questions. As far as, hey, if Israel, we your chosen people, then why are we suffering? Why is these heathens who you don't even care about, who you liken unto spittle as a drop of a bucket, how they ruling over us if we your chosen people? Why is it like this? Right? And the Most High gonna tell them, look, Esdras, I know I'm putting hell on y'all. I know you don't understand it. Right? But just as much as you don't understand my judgment, you don't understand how much I'm going to bless y'all, being Israelites, my people, how much I'm going to bless y'all in the end. And that's ultimately what it goes back to, man. Our reward, what the Lord going to bless us with, should give us that want to finish. But let's read it. This is 2nd Esdras. And it's one of my favorite scriptures, too. Now, the point in 2nd Esdras 5 and verse 40, but I'm going to start up a little bit. Right? It says, verse 34, 2nd Esdras 5 and 34, it says, and I said, no, Lord, but of very grief have I spoken, for my reins pain me every hour, while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High and to seek out the part of his judgment. So Esdras like, man, I'm bugging out, because when I just try to think of the ways of the Most High Yahweh and why he judged the way he do, man, it make me I be tripping, right? And it says, and he said unto me, now this is the angel talking to Esdras. He said unto me, thou canst not. And I said, wherefore, Lord? Right? Whereunto was I born then? Or why was, it says, Salak, it says, or why was not my mother's womb then my grave, that I might not have seen the travail of Jacob and the wearisome toil of the stock of Israel? So he was like, well, look, if I can't understand the judgments of the Most High, If I can't understand the mind of the Most High, well, why was I even born? Right? You see? Why I just didn't die? Same thing like Job said. Because he said, look, if I would have died, I wouldn't even have to see the suffering of my people, man. I wouldn't even have to see the how we've been oppressed. But watch this. It says, and he said unto me, number me the things that are not yet come. Gather me together the drops that are scattered abroad. Make me the flowers green again that are withered. Open me the places that are closed, and bring me forth the winds that are shut up, that are in them shut up, and show me the image of a voice. And then I will declare the thing that thou laborest to know. So look, the angel asking Esdras all kind of questions. He said, look, number me the things that's not yet come. In other words, tell me what's going to happen in the future, Esdras. Right? Next one say, gather me together the drops that are scattered abroad. Esdras, that rain that just rained the other day, go get all them drops back and bring them back to me. It says, next one, make the flowers green again that are withered. See all these dead flowers right here? Make them green again. Bring them back to life. It says, open me the places that are closed, and bring me forth the wind that are in them shut up. That wind you just felt, that just blew by you, bring that wind back to me. You see? And it says, show me the image of a voice. Just like y'all hearing my voice right now, show that image, not my face. That's me, the voice. He telling Esdras, show me the image of a voice. And he said, if you can do that, he says, and then I will declare to thee the thing that thou laborest to know. Then I'll tell you the mind of the Most High. Then I'll tell you the Most High judgments. And watch what Esdras said. And I said, O Lord, that bearers rule. Who may know these things? But he that have not his dwelling with men. How am I know that? All them things we just read, how we gonna know that? But the Most High, who have not his dwelling with men. It says, as for me, I am unwise, and how may I then speak of these things, wherefore thou askest me? And this the point, verse 40. Then said he unto me, like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of. So Esdras, just like you can't show me the image of a voice, just like you can't, bring back to life the dead flowers, just like you can't go gather me the rain that already dropped on the ground. So it says, like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so canst thou not find out my judgment. You ain't gonna know why I'm punishing Israel. You don't know why I'm judging Israel so harshly. But look, it's light at the end of that tunnel though, Esdras. Hey, it's light at the end of that tunnel though, Israel. Because watch what the ending of the verse say. Just like our story as Israelites, the latter end gonna be blessed than the beginning, man. Let's start over. 2 Esdras 5:40. Then said he unto me, like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so canst thou not find out my judgment, and this the point, or in the end, the love that I have promised unto my people, man. Come on, man. That's that I have not seen, ear have not heard, neither came into the thoughts of men what the Most High have prepared for them that love him, man. Come on, man. Woo, man. Yahweh Shai said go to prepare a place. What you think that look like? He been preparing this for 2,000 some years. When he was Solomon, I would have took him, a couple years to build a temple, build his own house. And that was a sight to see. How much more would he create for us now, these other planets, so on and so forth, man. Our bodies, when we actually be in a chariot, not just see the little star dot in the sky. Like, is that a chariot? Is that a plane? Is it a star? No, but you actually in the chariot. Come on, man. We can't even imagine what the Lord got for us. That's something to fight for. That's the story of Israel. Hey, let's finish it off on that. That's the story of Israel. Let's get it. This is 2 Esdras 7:6. It says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. And that's the kingdom, man. That's that city that's built. That's that city that was promised to Abraham, that Abraham and Sarah was looking for. Isaac and Jacob was looking for. That's that same city that we fighting for here today. And it says the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left, a deep water. And that's the trials and tribulations we're going to have to go through to get there. And it says, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water. That's that fight. That's that fight. It says, so small that there could but one man go there at once. And we all, each and every one of us, got to go through it alone. Yahweh Shai had to go through it alone. Right? But this the thing, it says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, going back to Abraham, going back to Isaac and Jacob, and to the 12 tribes did he part them. So if this city was given to us as Israelites for an inheritance, as a promise, it says, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, then how shall he receive this inheritance? If you don't go through what it takes to get there, how you gonna get it? You see, how you gonna get it? As anything, even in this world, you're gonna have to go through some suffering to get sports 2 days, right? Blood, sweat, and tears to get to that championship. You won't be a doctor all them years of studying and school and all that. Whatever field you in, you got to do something to get there. So how much more the kingdom of heaven? We got to go through that suffering, them 2 days to get there. So it says, if this city now were given to a man for an inheritance, right? For an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, then how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, check this out. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. That's our story as Israelites. That's our story, man. Now we understand, damn, well, look, man, Israelites, we've been oppressed for just thousands of years, back to back. Last time we actually had peace and rule was King David, King Solomon. We literally been oppressed thousands of years, and we the chosen people. But when we think about what we're going to receive, the blessing, the inheritance, everlasting life, we understand, okay, in order to get what we're going to get, we see why we had to, like it's saying, Daniel, go through what no other nation ever went through. So the reward for that, we're going to receive something that no other nation never received, man. And that's a true eternal blessing, man. Come on, call all Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. So it says, and I said, Lord, it is so. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. Come on, man. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that which is now done. You know, so that's what it is. The reward should give us that determination to finish. Think about what we're going to receive. Think about that light at the end of the tunnel. You know, like it's saying 1 Peter 1, our faith being tried. But when Yahweh Shai come, in other words, we will be glad we believed in and went through what we had to go through. It's going to be turned into glory, you see. But hey, with that, you know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Chakwadash. You know, I went a little longer than I wanted to, but, you know, Lord willing, it was edifying. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity. And to all you believers out there who believing on his on the gospel. You see it, keep fighting, keep pushing. You know, because look, that fight going to pay off at the end. And with that, shalom.